Rwandan President Paul Kagame is in the Ethiopian capital of Addis Ababa for an African Union summit. The 11th extraordinary session of the African Union is aimed at discussing long-debated institutional reforms. The session was initiated by Paul Kagame. The changes are aimed at streamlining and empowering the African Union. Economic reforms to make the body less financially dependent on external funding are on the agenda. Various heads of state and experts are gathered to discuss the possible reforms.
The purpose of this extraordinary summit is to advance the institutional reform of our union. Events on our continent and across the world continue to confirm the urgency and necessity of this project. The goal is simple: to make Africa stronger and give our people the future they deserve.
And let's cross over to Addis Ababa. CGTN's Girum Chala is joining me on the line from Addis Ababa. Girum, can you give us an update on the ongoing extraordinary summit there in Addis?
So, Beatrice, the 11th extraordinary summit of the African Union heads of state has continued. The closed session is now being held. And as you've heard it from President Paul Kagame, also the chairperson of the African Union, this extraordinary summit is aimed at, making sure that the institutional reform is implemented. Member states are fully on board. So looking at the entire institutional architecture, the reforms are aimed at, ensuring the continent's focus on key priorities, like 4 areas, that is political, economic integration, peace and security, and enhancing Africa's global representation and voice. So member states, heads of state, are now discussing this matter. The institutional realignment is also a key focus here on the ongoing reforms, that is. So this, they said that it will ensure a lean and better performing African Union Commission. So the heads of state summit will also continue for the rest of the day. Also tomorrow, it will see the conclusion of the summit, Beatrice.
Girum, the meeting comes amid violent incidents in various parts of the continent, the latest one being the killings in the Central African Republic. Is this going to be on the African Union's extraordinary agenda?
Beatrice, as you know, the African Union Heads of State Summit is always focused on peace and security issues of the continent. As long as there are violent activities across the continent, the heads of state cannot ignore and pursue other agendas. The Central African Republic incident has been heard. It's one of the topics on the corridors of the heads of state summit, and we know and understand that when the Peace and Security Council of the Union meets, they will deliberate on this particular topic and others, including the situation in Somalia, the South Sudan achievement, and other issues. The Peace and Security Council at the level of heads of state is expected to meet up. We have heard that the meeting could happen any time between today and tomorrow, but the point now is, and what we're hearing from the African Union headquarters, is that this issue of peace and security, especially the situation in CAR, in the Central African Republic, will be discussed, and we'll hear what the result is going to be.
All right, Girum Chala there.